So my face is washed. I already put some toner. I'm just gonna prep it with this spray here. So I'm gonna prep my face with Egyptian Magic. Stuff is awesome. So for today's look, I'm gonna do a really glowy look, and I love to use this as my primer and my base. Also, it really softens up your skin. If you look up the ingredients on this stuff, it's awesome. So I'm gonna grab some of this product. You don't need that much, and you have to warm it up into your fingers, and it just kind of melts. You're gonna see the difference from right now to when I put this on. Okay, so my face is really dewy, glowy. That's exactly what I want for the base of my makeup. I'm gonna grab some of this to prep my lips. It's a lip mask. Really, really awesome. And what I like about this lip mask, it fills in the lines, so it makes your lips look plumper and fuller. I'm just using the back of my nail. It does come with a little applicator, but I'm just being lazy. Okay. All right, we're nice and glowy. So with this look, I'm not gonna use a primer because I am so dewy and glowy looking. For my foundation, I'm going to use the Sheer Glow from Nars. And I'm going to mix a little bit of this Honey Bronze from the Body Shop. So I'm going to mix this in just to give my foundation a little more color due to the fact that I have been in the sun more than usual. This is in color Monte Blanc, so this is the lightest color of their Sheer Glow. So like I really need to add a little bit of bronzer in. I'm putting the smallest drop, I don't know if you can see it here. Putting a really tiny drop. Okay, we're gonna mix this. I'm using my finger right now to mix it. I'm just creating a little bit of a warmer foundation. And this is a trick for when you need to have a darker foundation and you don't wanna spend money on another bottle. Okay, I'm just putting it in places. I'm gonna use a beauty blender to blend this out. I know it looks a little light, but it's okay because I wanted to brighten up my skin. So I'm gonna grab this. It's good because I'm canceling all that redness. So I'm just grabbing the rest of the product that was in the back of my hand with a beauty blender. This is the light color. I'm just gonna bounce this around. If you need to add another coat, you can. I like to see my freckles, so I'm not going to pack on a cakey amount of a foundation. So, I got that part. Now I'm gonna conceal what's necessary. As you see, I have a little scar from a pimple here, here, and here. And obviously my under eyes need help. So first I'm gonna go in with a Wonder or Beauty. I'm gonna conceal my under eyes first, and then I'll go into what I need to conceal for my face. Now with this, I'm using the other side of it. It's the matte stick side. Like I said, I'm gonna do a dewy, but this is the one that covers the most. The other one is kind of like an illuminating side, and I will add that as well just so you guys can see. And I'm just massaging it into my skin. I like my face, or I like when I do foundation for it to look like skin. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the illuminating side. I'm gonna put it here, here, put some here because I do want to lift that a little bit, put some here. Like I said, this is the illuminating liquid on the bottom part of the Wonder Beauty. This I'm gonna get with the Beauty Blender. So this look that I'm doing, I recommend it more if your skin feels kind of dry. If it's super, super oily, you can do this look, but you need to set it with powder. I have dry skin, so I would suggest for someone, if you have dry skin like myself, don't set it with powder. I'm going to conceal a little bit of my little areas with the Nars, what is this called? Soft Matte, and I'm using the color Vanilla. And I'm gonna use the buffing side on my It Cosmetics dual brush. It's called Heavenly Luxe Dual Airbrush. You can see that there. And I'm gonna use the buffing side. I love to use buffing brushes to put concealer because it gives that airbrush look. And I'm just gonna go in and just, you know, clear up little areas that I wanna hide. So I do this so I don't create a mask around my face. It's so easy to do that just by adding way too much foundation. And this concealer literally is the best. Covers everything. Really, it's just giving a more refined look. Okay, so we covered up our little naughty areas. Now, I'm going to put some bronzer. So since I'm sticking to a more glowy, dewy look, I'm gonna use this Milk bronzer. It's a matte bronzer, but it looks like skin, and it's called Baked. Milk bronzer, I'm gonna apply it kind of like contour-ish, forehead, a little bit under my nose, some here, and then I'm gonna buff it out with Beauty Blender. Now, since I'm using the Beauty Blender, obviously what I covered moved, but don't worry, you can always go back and fix that. Imperfections, don't worry, you can always go back and fix it. Just love putting bronzer into my nose because it lifts it. Lash liner here helps with the double chin, if you know what I mean. Okay, so I do have to go back in that one little spot. And then I'm gonna get my Nars multi-stick in G-spot. Yeah, and I'll put a little bit here. So I wanna look sun-kissed. I'm using a deeper tone. This is great for many skin tones, but I just like to use it for the time I want to look a little healthier. Sun-kissed. Now, of course, you apply the blush to your shape of face. So as you can see, my skin looks glowing. I don't even have highlight on, but I'm gonna put highlight because that's very necessary. We're gonna use the Colourpop. It's called Glazed. And it's a super shock cheek. You can see that. Now, what's cool about this specific product, it feels kind of wet and creamy when you get it. And I don't know if you can see it there. It's really intense. And excuse me, I'm using my middle finger, but I like to apply with my middle finger. I'm gonna put some under my brow bone, a little bit on top of my brow, under my nose, sorry, on the tip of my nose, top of my lip, and we're gonna buff it out with the Beauty Blender. I left it exaggerated so you guys can see where you mark your highlight. And I'm doing it with the Beauty Blender, so it has more of that seamless finish. It looks natural, not gonna look streaky. Makeup should be blended. It should not be all over the place. Okay, so you see, really glowy. We're gonna go into eyeshadow. I'm gonna use the Lorac Unzipped palette, and yeah, it's just called Unzipped. Okay, with this palette, I'm going to use my favorite brush. It's a dual brush. It is from Chanel, but honestly, it's really worth the investment. It has a blender and shader brush, so one side has this, and the other side has the blending side. And what's fantastic about these brushes, they are natural hair, but honestly, they work. And as well, when you have really good brushes, you don't have to keep buying a ton. They're not gonna fall apart on you. So with this brush as well, you're gonna see the blending on this is so seamless. So I'm gonna go in with this color called Uncover. It's this one here. I'm gonna use this as my base color. I'm gonna use the blending brush to just blend it out everywhere. Now I'm gonna go in with, so I can see, I'm gonna go in with Unconditional, which is this one here. And with that, I'm gonna use my other Chanel brush, which is Definer and Smudger. Also a dual brush. I'm telling you, these brushes are amazing. As well, you can take these traveling, and they're not gonna get dirty. So I'm gonna apply a little bit first with the smudger under my lash line. I love doing this. It makes your eyes look bigger and it kind of gives it that you have fuller lashes as well. So I'm just applying it there, as you can see. And apply it on this other side. I'm just applying and then we're gonna buff it out. And I'm not putting a crazy amount of pressure on my eyes because your eye area is very delicate. You have to be gentle with your eyes. Now I'm gonna use the definer side to buff it out. Now the reason why I'm using the bottom first, so you can see exactly where your crease lands. You can see here, my natural crease here. It's good to know your bone structure so you can see where you're gonna put eyeshadow. Now I'm gonna use the definer side to apply the same color Unconditional in my crease. Again, it's okay if your eyeshadow looks really bad because you're displacing it. Now I'm gonna get the buffing side, the blender side of this brush and buff this out. Now I'm gonna grab Unbelievable, which is this one. Looks kind of pinky. I like it because it adds some color, brightens like my eye color, adds a pop. And I'm just patting it on over all my eyelid. Let's see that. It's really pretty. I really love this palette. I think Lorac sometimes gets a little understated. They have really good products. Now, as you see, I'm patting the product and I'm not buffing it all around because if you do that, you're gonna get stuff all over your face. Now I'm gonna go in with Unspoken. And I'm gonna use the definer brush. And I'm gonna go in, just darken my lash line. The first color I use is just to give that kind of halo effect. Now I'm gonna put some eyeliner. I really like the Giorgio Armani eyeliner. It's a number 2. This is not waterproof, but it stays on really well. The reason why I like their formula, it's really creamy, and they also have this little tip to the side. So I'm gonna put this inside. And then I'm gonna put it on the top of my lash line. It's okay if you do it kind of messy because that's what I love about the applicator. It's, you can buff it out. So see, it's messy, but you can buff it out. Life made easy. I like to do it close to my lash line. I'm not trying to go for this cat eye dramatic. Kind of smoked it out, you know? And this color is brown, like a chocolate brown, more like a milk chocolate brown because it's kind of light. I like to just clean the corners with my beauty blender. Just to lift up the eyes a little more. Now my favorite part, mascara. And then we're going to put some fun lipstick on. Okay, mascara, Lancome. Love myself some Lancome. I'm using the Grandiose Extreme. Now this has like a swan neck. You could use it this way or this way. I'm gonna show you use both ways. First I start here. I love to use it like this first due to the fact that it curls your lashes and you're pushing up the lashes and really extending them. Oh, there we go. If you do that, don't worry, let it dry and I'll show you how to take it off. This is just with one coat. How crazy is that? So I flip it around to work on the bottom lashes. I mean, seriously, look, I don't even need fake lashes with this mascara. It's fantastic. Now I'm gonna turn the wand around, hold it like this. This makes them even longer. Beautiful, right? Now, I'm gonna let that sit because I want it to dry in order to take it off. So what happens with mascara is that if you take it off immediately while it's wet, it's just gonna smear and make a big mess. If you let it dry, it just flakes off. So that's the reason why I wait. Now I'm gonna go into the next eye, same technique. Now I really work the mascara in the lashes because if you do that, it really makes a difference. And as well, since this has very small bristles, it gets every lash. Seriously though, who needs fake lashes when you have this stuff? I love fake lashes, but at the same time, I think it's always nice to use what you have when it's your own. Now I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna use my blending brush to get rid of this interesting mascara I have going on here. And I'm just going back and just buffing out the shadow. I really like to always blend again. And then I'm gonna get my little sponges. Oh, I didn't fill my brows. We need to fill them just a little bit because they're not perfect. So since I have a lot of hairs, I use this product from Laura Mercier. It's in the color brunette and it's called Brow Dimensions. So I'm using it just to kind of fill in spots. This has little fibers, so it's cool because it just kind of adds fibers to your brow hairs. And it looks super natural. I'm gonna leave it like that and I'll fix it right now. I'm gonna leave myself with some crazy brows. I'm just brushing it up. And then I go back in. I'm gonna take these down so I don't have these crazy bushy brows. I'm gonna double check, make sure I don't get product all over my eyebrows. Now, I do see that I have a little bit of mascara on the bottom lashes, which is totally fine. Like I said, you go back with your brush and just buff it through. And it cleans off a little bit of that mascara that I had. And the other darkness is just from the eyeshadow and eyeliner. Cool. So see how it's smoky? My eyes look big. It's really pretty. I hope you guys like it. Now we're gonna do the lips. So I'm gonna mix two different lipsticks. I'm gonna use one from Estee Lauder. It's in number 110. It comes like this. Show you guys the color. It looks kind of nudie, peachy color. It's 110, so if you go to the store, you can check it out. And this is Hourglass. The color is called I've Kiss. So I'm gonna use this color first and then put the other color afterwards. See, it's pinky, but I like to mix it. It's cool, right? It looks like a old-fashioned cigarette. Okay, now we're gonna go in with this one. It smells good. It smells like vanilla. Mix the lipsticks. I'm gonna use my finger just to blend it out. Okay. I think we're done. Let's see. All right, let my hair down. Let's see. Super glowy. Very, very glowy. So if you like glowy, well, I just gave you some tips. Hope you enjoyed it. This is my look for a smoky, summery. You can take this day or night if you like. It depends on how much makeup you like to wear. And yeah, still look like skin and you're good to go.